In a land far beyond the known valleys, where the sun kissed the horizon with gold and crimson, there stood a mountain unlike any other. Its slopes glistened like crystal, shimmering in sunlight and moonlight alike, reflecting 1,000 hues of brilliance. Villagers called it the Glass Mountain, a place of legend and mystery, whispered about in awe and fear. No one dared climb it, for its surface was impossibly smooth, its peaks lost in the clouds, and its slopes treacherous. Yet, among the villagers, there was a young man named Kael, who dreamed relentlessly of scaling it. Every night he would sit by the fire listening to tales of heroes and adventurers, imagining himself at the summit, feeling the world spread out beneath him, breathing the air that few had dared to claim. People laughed at him. "The mountain is unscalable," they said. "Why risk your life chasing impossibility?" But Kael's heart would not be swayed. His dreams refused to be measured by fear or the doubts of others. He began his journey at dawn, carrying only a sturdy rope, a few provisions, and unwavering resolve. The first steps were deceptively simple. The base of the mountain seemed benign, welcoming even. But as he ascended, he realized the truth. The Glass Mountain was alive in its challenge. The surface reflected the sky so perfectly that depth and distance became illusions, disorienting the eye. Rocks shimmered like water, crevices masked as solid stone, and winds howled like spirits warning him away. Kael stumbled, slid, and fell more times than he could count. Each fall left bruises, scratches, and a gnawing fear in his chest. He could hear the mocking voices of villagers echoing in his mind. Impossible. Foolish. You'll fail. And yet something deeper, stronger than fear, compelled him forward. He reminded himself of the summit, of the vision that had ignited his courage long before the climb. At night, Kael would make small camps on precarious ledges, gazing at the stars. He reflected on the journey, realizing that the mountain was not just a physical challenge, it was a mirror of life itself. Each obstacle represented doubt, hardship, and limitation. Each slip was a lesson, each bruise a reminder of resilience, each careful placement of a foot or hand a testament to patience. To conquer the mountain, he would have to conquer himself. Weeks passed, storms battered him, winds threatened to hurl him off cliffs, and ice formed on the glassy surface, making every step perilous. Yet Kael adapted. He learned to read the subtle contours of the mountain, to trust instincts that intuition sharpened, to remain calm when fear surged like a tide. Slowly, deliberately, he climbed. The summit seemed to move further away with every step, but Kael realized that distance was relative. Perseverance was measured in movement, not proximity. Along the climb, Kael met others, climbers who had attempted the mountain before him. Some had given up, stranded on narrow ledges, frozen in fear or exhaustion. He encouraged them, shared advice, and learned from their mistakes. Each interaction reinforced a powerful truth. Success is rarely solitary. Guidance, empathy, and shared resilience illuminate paths that seem impossible alone. Finally, one dawn, Kael approached the peak. The clouds parted just enough for him to glimpse the summit, gleaming like liquid light. His body screamed with fatigue, his hands were raw, his legs burned, but his spirit surged with triumph. Every fall, every doubt, every hour of struggle had led to this moment. With a final, careful step, he placed his hand on the peak. The wind roared in approval, the sun bathed him in gold, and for a heartbeat, Kael felt infinite. From that height, he looked down on the world he had left behind. Villages were tiny specks, rivers like silver threads, and valleys spread in a tapestry of life and color. And he understood something profound. The mountain was not an obstacle to conquer, but a teacher. It demanded patience, courage, adaptability, and faith in oneself. Every hardship, every fear, every setback had been part of the ascent, shaping him into someone capable of standing at the summit. Kael returned to the village a hero, but more importantly, a transformed man. He shared the lessons of the mountain, that obstacles are mirrors of inner strength, that impossibility exists only in the mind, and that perseverance transforms dreams into reality. The villagers, inspired, began to see challenges not as barriers, but as opportunities to grow, to test themselves, to rise higher than they had imagined. And though Kael had reached the summit, he continued to climb. The glass mountain remained, gleaming endlessly, a reminder that life itself is a mountain of glass. Beautiful, fragile, treacherous, yet infinitely rewarding for those willing to step forward with courage, resilience, and unyielding determination. The mountain did not belong to him, and yet it belonged to everyone who dared to dream, to risk, to persevere. And Kael understood the eternal truth. The greatest peaks are never just about reaching the top. They are about discovering the strength, courage, and vision within oneself that no challenge can ever extinguish.